Welcome back to the Artie Lange Show, talking with comedian Mike Marino. He's got his own podcast, Deconstructing America. So now, how'd this come about? It seems to be the way to go. If you're a successful comic, you get a podcast going. How'd this start?
The owner of the Laugh Factory in Hollywood decided, okay, Marino's got the most hits
Sure.
on YouTube, so let's give him a podcast. The other guy's got, who is it? Dom Irera. So it's me and Dom Irera.
Sure. Yeah, Dom's a big Laugh Factory guy.
He's a great guy, great comedian. And so I said to the owner, Jamie Masada, if I'm going to
Jamie, good friend of mine. I love Jamie.
Well, I told him I was coming on your show.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go back to California actually tomorrow.
Okay.
And my partner on the show is a good friend of yours, Gary Garver.
Oh, Gary. Yeah. Tell him I said hi.
You got a big smile out of that.
Oh, yeah. I love Gary.
Gary
I love
Garver.
Gary.
Well, he's got a couple of shows out in California, and I had been on his show as a guest.
Yeah, Gary's a hustler. He's funny, too, man. But, you know, Gary that's a good combination because you being a really good actual comic, it's good to like sort of rein him in a little bit. He's a good, a guy like have there, could be entertaining, but you need the real comedy. I mean, does Gary do stand-up now or no?
He's been hosting some open mics.
Oh, he has,
He's been hosting some other shows. I got him a couple of gigs, and he went in to host.
Did he work with you? Did he open for you and stuff?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of times I tell these, look, if you can go up there and just talk for 5 minutes, all you got to do, I'll take it from there.
Right. No, well, that's what my buddy Jimmy Palumbo used to say, and you helped him out with getting work with me because I would always say to Jimmy wanted to make some money, and he would say, let me come out on the road with you. And I was like, I know it's harder than you think, even though you're really funny. And then he told me he was working with you a little bit. I said, well, that makes sense if you're doing stuff with Mike. And he said, yeah, Mike is good at like just taking the reins from 5 to 7 minutes. And I said, well, I guess I could do that. Maybe not in every room, but he would really speak highly of you about how you were able to just. Is that what you'd say to guys? Like a host, you'd say, I'm gonna give me 5 minutes and then I can go.
Right. And most times I would do that is because I just wanted to be with other people I enjoy being around.
Right.
Because when the show's over, you got like 3 or 4 days to be with these guys.
The road is brutal like that.
So I want to have some fun. I want to be with guys what I like. I was
trying to get him to try it a little bit because I really like you, but you don't want to do it.
I'm afraid, man. It just seems.
You're in the NFL for 7 years. What could go wrong?
It just seems so formidable. Yeah, I mean, if the crowd just punched me in the head, that would be better for me.
Verbally, you don't want to do it.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems so. It's so foreign to me, and maybe someday, maybe I'll figure it out just by being around osmotically. I'll absorb.
Well, step on it for crying out loud. Look at me. How much longer can I have?
Hey, Mike, I wanted to ask you about the New Jersey Comedy Hall of Fame. He's been inducted. How did that?
I didn't even know about.
You're inducted?
I know, not that I know of.
Oh.
No, I didn't know. I just thought that's a great thing. They should have that.
They have the New Jersey Comedy Hall of Fame. I think the first guy
congratulations.
Yeah, I think it was the third guy. They had Jerry Lewis, Abbott and Costello.
Lou Costello.
Lou Costello was one.
Lou Costello's from
Jerry
Patterson.
Lewis, right.
And then you?
And then I'm 3.
Wow. That's great, man.
Yeah.
This is a while ago. I think
that's unbelievable.
2005,
I mean,
2008.
think about the company you're in there.
Right. Well, I don't know who's in there after me, but I'm sure there's a couple more comics.
So Jerry
every year.
Lewis is actually from Newark, New Jersey, South Newark by Irvington, which is literally Jerry Lewis is a mile from where I grew up. Jerry Lewis grew up. Lou Costello is from Patterson, which is really that's a rough neighborhood. And then you're number 3. What exact town are you from again? Scotch Plains, you said.
Well, I was raised in Scotch Plains, but I was born in Jersey City. I was there till I was about 8 or 9 years old.
That's a huge honor. I would love to be that. Look that up. See who else is in there. Because I know, I'll tell you what, if you talk about comedy, you have Danny DeVito. Now, does it have to be a stand-up? Because I guess
it was stand-ups.
Lou Costello, I guess maybe you could call him. For back then, he was a stand-up. He didn't do an actual act by himself, but I guess touring live. I guess Danny DeVito never did that.
Jerry Lewis toured live when he was with Dean.
Right, Jerry Lewis absolutely did his own stuff.
I've actually been working with Dean Martin's kids.
And now, how are they?
Dina
I hear
Martin
different.
and Ricky Martin.
Yeah, you hear different stuff about
Ricky
those
Martin.
guys.
Ricky
Not
Martin's
the
his
Ricky
son.
Martin. Not
that Ricky Martin. Another Ricky Martin.
How dare you? Yeah, Dean also had he had a son that died, I think, kind of tragically.
He did.
Yeah, he did. But now, are they comics?
They're singers. They sing their father's music.
Where do you work? In like Reno or something like that? Or you said
all over the country. The last show I did with Ricky Martin was with Louis Prima Jr., and I was the opening act. So we did kind of like a Rat Pack review, but they do their parents' music.
Well, you know who else is from Jersey? Is Jon Stewart. He's got to be in there.
That I don't know.
Yeah, how do you not put Jon Stewart in the Jersey Hall of Fame?
I think he lives down in the
Vinny-
Jersey Shore too now, right?
Vinny Brand is after you.
Vinny
and
Brand.
Rich Voss.
And
All right, so
these are all guys I know.
It's legit.
I gotta make a phone call.
It's legit.
Now, do you work Vinny's club, the Stress Factory, a lot?
I haven't been to the Stress Factory in a long time.
Well, you went to L.A., you know. So now, how long have you lived in L.A. for?
24 years.
Talk about deconstructing America. How'd this come about?
Well, when we started deconstructing America, and he said to me, you know, you could do a podcast, interview some people.
Right.
I just said to him, well, rather than have comics on the show, can I have some interesting, whacked out guests? And he said, do what you want to do.
Nice.
So we did 8 episodes. We're going to do another 4 before they start releasing them on the internet,
Right.
and wherever they're going to run. And I had some whacked out guests that I thought were interesting.
That's fun, though. So Jamie told you to do that?
Yeah.
It's funny when a guy gives you free reign, though. Like, all right, just have fun, go nuts, right?
Yeah, you ain't kidding. You get the whole room.
Yeah, why
People
not,
back to your
right?
stage. So one day, Gary Garver brought in Billy Hayes.
Yeah.
They made the movie something Express, Midnight Express.
Midnight
about Billy
Express,
Hayes.
yeah.
So he brings the guy on the show, and I got to ask him any question I want. And you know, I had to ask him, okay, you know, you were sentenced to life in Turkey. How'd you know how to jump in a boat and drive to Greece?
Right, exactly. Yeah, I don't know how these guys figure that out. They deserve to be to get out of prison, you know?
So we had him on the show. We had a couple of guys who living in witness protection that I knew.
Right.
And they came on the show, and I even said, "You know, you're going to be out there."
Yeah.
And they said, "That's okay. We got immunity."
Why
No
not?
problem.
I mean, like, well, that's what I mean. I mean, anything seems better, you know. So they're probably like, we'll take whatever we might get because we're getting out of this living hell we're in.
Right. Well,
I
they
mean,
have books, they have movies being made about them, and then you can ask them questions. Like I said to the one guy, "Okay, you're in a bar, you meet a nice-looking girl. What do you tell her you do for a living? Do you have a credit card? How do you pay for things?
exactly.
Wouldn't you want to know?"
Yeah. Well, no, absolutely, and that's where some trouble might start in the conversation.
It did. You should have seen Gary. He walked out of the room.